I'm going to go ahead and get started. Good evening, everybody, and everybody online. My name is Sonia Lang. I'm the co-president of the Rolando Park Community Council. And so what I want to do is get started. Excuse me. Call to order. So I just wanted to let you know that the meeting minutes are on our rolandopark.org website. And our meeting videos are available on a YouTube channel. If you go to rolandopark.org, you can get all the links. If you want to go watch this all over again, right? Okay, so first I'm going to go to dues and membership. And this month we have 83 members. And then we have $984 from that. And $871.71 in donations for a total of $18,855.71 this month. So, and we had 21 new members of those 83. Okay. So, moving on. Whoops. Okay. So what we're going to do is public comments for non-agenda items. And we ask that you hold it to 2 minutes. Does anyone have any non-agenda items they'd like to discuss or present? See any hands here? And oh, I got a hand out here.
Trash can's gone for about a few weeks.
The one at the entrance?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh. Oh, okay.
okay.
It's like they dumped all their trash out on by the fence and then
Took it. Oh, okay.
Okay, I will let the area park manager know because we did talk about that when it was installed and he said the next one would be an oil drum that will be chained to the fence.
Yeah. Yeah, it lasted longer than I thought it would.
Yeah,
so,
it did.
Yeah. All right. Any other comments, non-agenda? Oh, Linda.
I have a question. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry. I don't know. I forgot how to raise my hand. So
Well, okay, go ahead, Joanna, and then we'll come to you, Mia.
I just want to let, like the construction and people like, pulling up the bricks and, from the thing. So I've actually talked to the construction people and they have gone and I don't know if you've noticed, but some of the bricks they have put back in and they actually went and concreted some of the areas where they put like, that circle, whatever, storm drain, whatever that thing is, whatever that is. But ours is still not done yet, but they're still working on it. And I talked to this woman named Tammy and she goes and researches that information because we just had bricks done and they put 6 feet and pulled them up without any kind of discussion. So.
Yeah.
So some of them I've noticed some people's bricks have been put back in. No, I'm waiting.
All right.
I can give you, if an issue, the project manager's information, if you send an email to contact rolandopark.org and he can put you in touch if you have.
Yeah, this is the woman who the construction.
Okay,
That's
great.
PC construction that actually support.
Okay.
Okay, good. Right. Mia?
I just want to know, how does one donate to Rolando Park Community Council? Because I used to, when I ordered books through Amazon, I would pick Rolando Park Community Council and then they would contribute. I mean, I don't know how much they contributed, but how does one donate to RPCC?
Well, Amazon Smile was discontinued about 1.5 years ago. So if you want to do it via PayPal, you can go to our website and just use the PayPal thing there and just put donation.
Oh, okay.
You can make a donation that way. And we're not proud. We will take every donation we can
Every
get.
bit. Yeah, every bit.
Okay, so there's no ongoing, like, I mean, I don't know, like something that I could just buy something and then it'll just donate a portion of it to Rolando Park. Nothing like that.
Do you like popcorn?
Well, you're gonna get
We have a
something in a
fundraiser
moment, so
coming
you'll
up
hear
we're gonna tell you
announcements
about
for you to do
shortly.
something. So you'll get, we'll get you updated in a minute, okay?
All right, sure.
All right.
Thanks.
Any other non-agenda? Okay. So next, we'll move on to our community reports, okay? And so we will start with Willow Lance from Congresswoman Sarah Jacobs' office.
Hi, Hi, good evening, everyone. It's nice to see you all again. My name is Willow. I work with Congresswoman Sarah Jacobs. Some updates from our office. The House is back in session this week, so she's in DC right now. However, she was here last Monday for Veterans Day of Honor. So we did a whole bunch of events across the district to celebrate our veterans from La Mesa to El Cajon, all the way up to Mount Soledad. We also hosted our own Vietnam veteran pinning ceremony in our office. A special shout out to Lynn and Sonia for posting about it on Facebook. We had a couple of folks from the Rolando and College area join us. And so it was a really great event and we were super glad to honor those folks. The other thing I wanted to share was our office now has an outstanding youth series. So if you know a young leader in your life, 18 and under, who's doing some really great work for the community or giving back in a special way, feel free to connect with me after, and I can give you all the details on how to submit their name. It's really cool. They get to meet with the congresswoman, and she gets to talk to them about the great work they're doing in our community. So feel free to talk to me. The other last thing I have for you all is if you're ever having an issue with federal agency, let me know, and sometimes we can help. That's the IRS, VA, Social Security, even the post office. So if it's a federal agency, you're having issues, you want to come talk to me. That's all I got, unless you got questions for me.
Any questions online for Willow? All right. Okay. Well, thank you, Willow.
Great, thanks, Willow.
Appreciate it. All right. So moving along. So we're going to go Officer Joshua Cummins.
Good evening, everybody. Good to see you all, even those of you online. Hope everybody is doing well. I would like to just report a couple things. So for Redwood Village aspect, the storage center is closed down. That building was unoccupied for a little while. I got with District 9 and the mayor's office, and lo and behold, it's gone. The trailer's gone. So it wasn't really secured very well. We were having a lot of calls, burglary related calls. They were doing transient things inside there, drug use and things. So thank goodness it is gone because it was about to contribute to the Choice Parkway stuff. Choice Parkway is looking pretty light. I know one of our sergeants has been hitting it pretty hard with the OBO stuff lately. He was telling me about it. And today when I went through there, I don't know what it looks like right this second, but earlier today, there wasn't as many OVOs, so that's a good thing. A lot of the encampments seem to be staying kind of down for the time being with Environmental Services continuing to put that pressure on there. Rock Street for Redwood Village is another hot topic area for me, or has been. It seems to be holding pretty well. There was a pretty massive influx of transient encampments that were moving around there for a while, and that seems to be not rebuilding. I don't know where they went. I'm still trying to figure that out. But that seems to be holding up pretty well. As far as the shopping centers go, that's been another kind of, the Marshalls is pretty high, shoplift rate going on. It's been going on. It's the holiday seasons. I expect that to increase. I've been through there. I've been trying to do extra patrols through there, the water tower, and the same over on this side. Bonillo's been hit pretty hard with transient activity in the storm drainage area and property theft related crimes. So I've been doing a lot of extra patrol there. Actually did a coffee with a cop with the residents at Bonillo. And then I've been diverting some attention also behind the Planet Fitness there and that shopping center, as that area is kind of all related. I know there's a new store opening up right there next to the Joe Lars. There's a new, it used to be a pizza shop, and I think it's going to be a taco shop.
Oh, really?
So
Okay.
either way, I feel like that little shopping center there needs some love.
Yes.
Big time. Obviously, it's probably had this for years.
Yeah.
The Dog Society, I think, added a lot to that area in a positive way. So hopefully that shopping center will get on that revitalization kind of, momentum, and we'll see that change a bit, and that would really help. So I've been working a lot though with Bonillo because they've been hit really hard since the flooding and all that. So it's going well so far. I mean, been doing, like I said, a lot of extra patrols and everything there. I haven't seen too much activity, but I know it's still happening. So it's just about narrowing down the right time. Otherwise, it's that time of year, the holidays. So the trash can at Xena Canyon's missing, that's going to be the first victim, but I hate to say it, but keep your doors locked, keep your windows locked, things like that. I checked in with the detectives earlier today. She didn't have anything significant to report from like a detective's or in investigations, trends of like burglaries or catalytic converters, or there wasn't one thing she could point at. I guess it was recently some drunken public related incident. But that's a one-off thing. So anyway, things are going well so far, but still keep your cars locked, right? Don't keep your valuables, your garage door openers in your cars. Try not to keep your windows, your doors unlocked, whether you're home or not. Always keep those things locked, just because, criminals are opportunists, and if you give them the opportunity, it's likely that they'll strike. So let's not do that. And does anyone have anything specifically for me that I could help anybody out with?
I have a couple things to mention. I've seen a lot of people on Nextdoor posting about breaking and entering, not, people are looking into cars, doing car prowls. So I'm just asking them to file an online report, just so the police department's aware of it. They seem almost reluctant to even let people know. But the second thing is there's a homeless RV van at Rolando Plaza by the, it's on the east side. It's been there for about 2 weeks. Probably a report yesterday.
Do you get it done? Okay.
Yeah, I'll forward it to you.
Please, yeah, that'll help.
It has expired plates, so.
Okay, yeah, tomorrow I can follow up on that. Usually it's just a knock and talk really with a lot of those people. They don't want any trouble.
No.
You can't let them get comfortable though. If they dig in, they entrench, right?
Well, they have a chair out now, so.
Oh, yeah. Rocking chair starts coming out.
Yeah.
TV, and there we go.
Yeah.
They don't want that. We need to avoid the comfort,
Yes.
I mean, there's a
Yes.
place to do that. It's called safe parking.
Yeah,
If they don't want to go to safe parking, it's not fair to the community for them to
yeah,
do the things that they do in
Yeah.
everyone's parking lots or driveways and other things. So,
exactly.
anything else? Anybody online?
Hey, well, thank
Did
you.
Renee have something, or you just waving? All right, well, I must be doing a great job. Crickets.
Well, thank you, Josh. All right, so next is Fatima Maciel. Hi, Fatima.
Hi everyone. Not too many updates. I did want to share. We are having, or our office is having their annual Mayor for a Day contest. I shared the flyer with Lynn if she wants to go ahead and drop that QR code for anybody who's interested in it. But essentially, this contest is available to students K through 12 across San Diego, and the contest invites them to answer the prompt, what would you do if you were the mayor of the city of San Diego? Students can submit either an essay or video response, and we will have one first place winner and then one runner-up winner. The first place winner gets to spend the whole day with the mayor in a department of their choice, and then the runner-up gets half a day. And the deadline for that submission is going to be November 29th. If you have any additional questions or would like more details, you can always email me or contact me, or you can also reach out to my colleague Coral Taylor, who's the one spearheading this project and event. In addition to that, I want to flag 2 opportunities for community to go ahead and provide their opinions and suggestions to the city. The first one is going to be enhanced trash collection services and potential new fees. Our environmental services department is hosting a number of open houses across the city of San Diego, asking community members to come out and participate and provide suggestions on what services they would like to see as part of their trash collection. So the one for District 9 is going to be held on Monday, December 2nd from 5:30 p.m. to 7 p.m. at the College Rolando Library. Again, that is Monday, December 2nd at the College Rolando Library. So if you want to go ahead and participate in that, please show up to that open house. If you're unable to stop by that meeting, they also do have an online questionnaire and survey that you can go ahead and fill out. In addition to that, there also are our city of San Diego is also launching its Safe Streets for All virtual open houses. Again, this one's virtual, so there won't be any open house that you can physically go into, but the link that I provided in my report will take you to their website, and you can learn all about the different initiatives that they're hoping to include within this program. And this virtual open house is going to be taking place online December 2nd, and it's going to allow residents to give feedback on what steps to ensure safety for bicyclists, pedestrians, drivers, and anybody who use the city's roads and ways. And then other than that, those are the main updates that I do have as of now. Do you have any questions that I can answer right now?
Any questions from anybody for Fatima?
Okay, well, I'll be here and I'll drop my email in the chat if anybody wants to flag something to me. Thank you.
Great. Fatima, I did want to mention, yeah, I posted the flyer for Mayor for a Day when it first came out on our website and social media. And I'm going to repost it again this week sometime.
Awesome. Thank you so much. We really appreciate that. Would love to see some District 9 representation. So please show out for that. I also wanted to flag the first place winner also gets to attend the State of the City and give the Pledge of Allegiance. So I know last year they got the opportunity to do that. So that's, if that's another added incentive for people to participate, just wanted to add that in as well.
Thank you.
Thank you. Right, moving right along. Yeah, okay. So next, we're going to go ahead and do our community updates and upcoming events. And so we'll start with Jennifer Bennett for Redwood Village.
John. Hi, Jennifer.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone.
Okay.
Thanks so much, Willow, Officer Cummings, and Fatima for your reports. We really appreciate you showing up and taking the time to be at our meeting. And a special thank you to everyone that came out to the joint cleanup on the 9th. I'm sure Lynn will speak to that as well. And I'm sorry that we couldn't be there. I have a work conflict that day and on Saturdays. But special thanks to Lauren, Faye, Bettina, Joyce, Lynn, Tim, Stephanie, Adam, Charlize, Sophia, Scott, Olivia, work email, and Colin. So thank you all for helping to clean up that section of Redwood Village. And our Neighborhood Watch program. I know that Renee is here tonight. Hi, Renee. A special thank you to Oliver for starting up our Neighborhood Watch program as a subgroup of our committee. And Oliver is needing to step back at this time, and Renee has offered to take over the December meeting as a one-time. The Neighborhood Watch meets on the first Monday of each month at Darnall Elementary School from 6 to 7, only from 6 to 7. We are out in the lot by 7 o'clock, as we all know. So please join us on December 2nd at 6 o'clock at Darnall Charter School. And then consider maybe taking the lead in January. We're looking for some help with that. Neighborhood Watch, very important. Officer Cummings, so much for being present and helping us with that. And speaking of that, we have an open seat on the Eastern Area Communities Planning Committee for Redwood Village. So I'm termed out, unfortunately. So we have one open seat. And that committee meets the second Tuesday of the month at 7 p.m. at Teen Challenge on Leah Street, our one of our favorite locations. So please consider attending that meeting, I think twice, and then you can run for that board seat. Very important. And we're looking forward to 2025 and updates on Streamview Drive and paving on Hughes Street in front of Darnall, finishing up the undergrounding project. And please use Get It Done every day, all day. I think that's all we got.
All right. Any questions or anything for Jennifer?
I'm just going to add one comment, Jennifer. You don't even have to attend 2 meetings now to be on a planning group. You can just show up and say, I'd like to join.
Oh, nice.
No way.
They have an opening. Yeah, isn't that something?
Yeah, there you
I
go.
come back?
No, I'm
Out.
sorry, married couples in the same household cannot be on the same group, in the group.
That's rude.
Yeah. Yeah, we're sorry to lose
Right.
you.
We're
Yes.
about to get divorced. Divorced. Anything to
All
be
right.
on board.
There you go. Well, thank you, Jennifer. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna circle back to Roberto Marin now that I see he's here up on the screen. Hello, Roberto. Or are you there? You're mute if that's the problem. Maybe he stepped away.
He's very good at it.
He may have stepped away. Uh, um, okay, so we'll round back around to Roberto at the end. So we're gonna move on to Lynn, and she's gonna have some updates for Rolando Park.
And all I have to do. There we go. Okay. And give me back up. Okay. Oops, and we're all the way back. Once again, we have board positions open.
Mhm.
We still need a secretary. We still need a treasurer. Anyone can be a member at large. We're only looking for people, if you would like to be a member at large and lead a project in the community. Doesn't require too much time. These are 2-year positions. 2 people can share them. Many of us are co-sharing positions or have done it in the past. Makes it easier, especially if you have time constraints or work. It's pretty easy. 2 meetings a month, 1 here, an hour and a half. Our board meetings are generally less than an hour.
Yeah,
And, you know, whatever events we're doing in the community, participate on that.
right.
If you don't want to do that, you might consider serving on a committee. We suggested this before, people have asked, but no one wants to volunteer. And these are not board positions, but anyone can do this and organize a little committee. And some of them would be short-term and just serve, you know, a specific purpose, like the community yard sale. In the past, 2 of our board members have been in real estate, and they're very happy to promote the community yard sale by printing the yard signs, because we allow them to advertise their business as well as community yard sale. And they would organize it, map it out for us. So there are just some ideas for things. Last year, as I said, we approved a Friends of Xena Canyon subcommittee in anticipation of the fact that we've asked the city to purchase Xena Canyon at some point. And a subcommittee is interested in going after grant money to do work in the canyon, like San Diego Canyonlands does, where they would remove invasive plants, plant native stuff, help us organize cleanups and keep the canyon clean. And, you know, it'd be an open space canyon. So just some ideas. We're always looking for people to join us on cleanups. We've been very successful with that. So far this year, we've had almost 60 people volunteer for cleanups. Not all at once.
Right. But over.
But generally, we tend to get between 10 and 15 people at a cleanup, and that's phenomenal. So, and January, we'll play our Spin the Wheel of Appreciation game again for volunteers. So I do want to thank our volunteers from November 9th. And I would like to point out that that lovely woman in the sweatshirt is Principal Noriega, who joined us. And the also in the front, that's Stephanie Hahn, who's the owner of Regent's Pharmacy. She brought her sister-in-law and her kids to give us a hand. So it's great to have this kind of participation and really getting the kids out there to learn about giving back a little bit in the community, participating in community events. So we had 14 people at the last cleanup. That was our last university cleanup. Our next one will be on college. Tomorrow, we have a free vaccine clinic back here in the joint use parking lot from 1 to 4:30. We're partnered with Champions for Health and LiveWell San Diego. They're bringing the big bus. And it's a free clinic. There's vaccines for all the kids up to 18 years of age, whatever vaccines kids need. Free flu shots for everyone. Unfortunately, First 5 San Diego was supposed to be there and they canceled today. The plus, Gilu Italian Ice will be there. So if you do get a shot, you know, you can buy a little ice cream and make yourself feel better. That's tomorrow. Starting Wednesday, we do have a fundraiser, Mia. And it's one we've done the last 2 years. It's Double Good Popcorn fundraiser that starts Wednesday. And we use the revenue from this to help fund our movie in the park event. So buy popcorn, fund our
Yes.
movie in the park event.
Yes.
It's online only, and you purchase it and they ship it directly to you. And it's a good time to do it because if you need stuff for gifts for people, popcorn works pretty well. And it's great
It's
popcorn.
really good popcorn. So I promote it for sure.
Yeah. So we'll post the link first thing Wednesday morning on our website, social media. If you're on our email list, you'll get an email from us with the link as well.
Yes, and you can send it off to anybody, right?
Yep.
Friends, family,
Anybody.
anybody can buy.
Express, yep. So, someone asked about a holiday social. For the last 2 years, Rolando Park and Redwood Village have participated. We've co-sponsored a Spirit of Giving at Choyas Lake. They're doing something a little different this year, and they don't need our money and they don't need our help. So we're doing our own afternoon holiday social right here in front of the school. And we're doing what we've done the last 2 years, and that's collecting gently used clothes and blankets. Those get donated to Sharia's Closet and to the Salvation Army thrift store. We'll have cider, cookies, music. We might even have a little chocolate, I think. But just a little afternoon thing, drop by if you don't have anything to donate, also fine. Come and have some cider, maybe some eggnog. We'll see. And unless I hear differently from Roberto, we're doing our last community cleanup on December 14th, the following Saturday. Roberto did an incredible thing. He actually got the section of college cleaned up that we were going to be doing. Talking about it all year from Billman to university. And that got cleaned up a few weeks ago. That part looks really good right now. So we're going to focus on college from Livingston to College Grove to the Pocket Park, provided we can keep everybody safe. And at the same time, as soon as we finish that, we'll be having a bulky item drop off at the Reformed Presbyterian Church, which is just across the street from the Pocket Park. And we're doing what we did last year when we did a bulky item drop off and giving preference first to the volunteers and members. We'll set aside an hour and a half for them. And then at 10:30, we'll open it up to the rest of the community until 12 or until the dumpsters are full. That's to maybe give people a little incentive to either volunteer or become a member.
There you go.
$12 is cheaper than going to Miramar landfill.
There you go.
A couple of last minute updates on traffic. We did talk about this. They're going to be putting a stop sign in at 69th and Marlowe. I saw that the curb's already been marked. It's just when streets can get out to install that. There'll also be red curbing Aragon and Marlowe and Celia Vista and B. Those are also marked. It's again just a matter for the city to come out and do it. And I mention this because these are areas that we talked about when we did the walk audit with Circulate San Diego in January. We've got a ton more stuff that they recommended, but these two were submitted by people in the community as a result of being on the walk audit. So that's a good thing. Bring them here, fill out the form. We've got all the information listed on our website about how to fill out a traffic request and get someone to come out and do a study and see if it warrants it. I want to point out two things. We talked about over the summer, we did an infrastructure priority survey and asked the community members to weigh in on priorities. We submitted that list to the city planning department. It'll be a year before we ever hear about it, I'm pretty sure. But Groundwork, our environmental partner, is supporting 2 of those projects, and they sent a letter of support to the city. One of them is that they recommend that the city does buy Xena Canyon so we can create open space there, a park. And the second one is in Redwood Village, and that's to transform that vacant lot at 60th and University into a skate park for the kids. It could also be a pocket park. We'll see what happens, but at least we have some support out there from some of our partners. Roberto might know more about this if he comes back online. The University Bikeway project that we've been talking about since 2012 is actually going to start construction in January I think, of this year. It will be about a 2 to 3 year project. If you think your streets are torn up now, getting sewer and water lines, wait until you see University.
Mhm.
It's going to be messy. It's going to be great when it's all done. There will be road diet. They're reducing one lane on each side, east-west. So there'll be just a single vehicle lane plus a dedicated bike lane.
It goes up to 70th, right?
It'll go, our section goes from 54th to 69th.
Oh,
Because on the south side of University, 69th is a boundary between La Mesa.
okay.
So I also want to say that we've been advocating and talking to Sandig and to our city council member for almost 3 years now about a landscape plan. They did not really have a landscape plan for the bikeway project when it first started. Well, 12 trees is not a landscape plan for 2.8 miles. It's just not. So we've been advocating, our planning group's been, I'm on a subcommittee with the planning group. We've been working on this and groundwork. And I want to give some credit to Roberto, who jumped in May and started taking a very proactive role in this and talking to Sandig and other people. And those 12 trees are now 70 trees that have been added to the plan. We do not yet know the location of them. I have a bad feeling between College and Aragon, but we'll see.
Yeah.
But 70 trees, that's a phenomenal effort. And it's all because people, we asked people to send letters, sign petitions, and people did. And it makes a difference to advocate for your community. So we are waiting to see the revised plans and where those trees will be located. I know a lot of them will be centered around 54th, between 54th and 58th. But we are working on another plan for our section in the event that we don't get the number of trees, and that's to add some blue-green stormwater medians between College and Aragon, where we don't have any medians at all, basically. So groundwork is helping us. I've met with groundwork and we've met with a rep from the mayor's office. And there'll be another meeting in December to see if we can push this project into reality. I just wanted to give you an idea, if you've never seen one, this is what a stormwater median looks like. We actually have, this one is in La Mesa. This is a green project that they did a few years ago. And for a section of University that is flooded 3 times in the last 6 years, stormwater medians are a really great idea, we think. And it's an opportunity to not only control the stormwater in a more environmental way, but also get some green stuff on the street. So this is also La Mesa. That's what it looks like today. So, okay. So I'm coming to the last update that we have for now. We call it the Pocket Park. Now we're calling it the Gateway. So last year we approved plans. We had a landscape architect, Vicky Estrada, who's one of the founders of the Choyas Creek Coalition and Groundwork San Diego. She did the plans for us, pro bono. The cost estimate that Groundwork was able to get estimated that it's going to cost about $40,000 just for the landscaping. We've applied for 5 grants in the last year. We've been rejected for all 4, for 4 of the 5. Still waiting. And Groundwork is working with the city planning department to get permits. We need a right of entry permit to do the work. And we'll have to get another permit for a monument sign when we get there. So we unfortunately had to separate them out. We have to do the landscaping first because that's the easiest permit to get. And then we'll work on the monument sign later. And that's where we've been at until 5 o'clock tonight. I got a call from Groundwork at 5:09 and we just got a $40,000 grant. So I don't know how soon it'll happen or anything, but this project's going to get started.
Yes.
So
is that little area next to Racine? And
it is. That's exactly where it is.
I don't know what call that thing, so.
Yeah.
they're gonna
We'll call it the Gateway
Gateway
now.
now.
We're gonna call it the
Gateway
Rolando
area
Park
markets.
Gateway, yeah.
Which I mean, we all drive by it, right?
Yeah, because it looks like it was supposed to go make a road that way, but then something happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's had various iterations in the years that I've lived here. I mean, for a while, it had quite a bit of landscaping, and then we started noticing that we had a lot of homeless encampments showing up underneath the landscaping, so most of that went away. Part of this plan, those 4 palm trees that are there will go away because they're not native trees. There's a diseased mulberry tree that will also go away. So we'll be planting all native trees. We'll be creating a swale there for water drainage and all native plants. And
And the plans are in the back.
the plans are in the back.
So you
I'll
can
take a
see,
look.
take a look at them.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
It took a lot of work
Yeah.
and really pat yourselves on the back.
Yeah,
This is-
patience
here.
more than anything.
Always patience.
Yeah. So I think that's all we have. Is Roberto still
Right.
online?
Roberto, are you there?
Yes, I'm alive. Sorry.
Alright.
I was on a phone call.
No worries.
Sorry about
Okay.
that.
Well, before anybody have any questions or comments to any of the reports Lynn made tonight?
Lynn is
All right.
awesome.
Yeah. So we'll move on to Roberto.
Thank you. I was on a long awaited vacation, so you hadn't heard from me in a long time. Been a month, I think, almost a month. So Roberto Marin, community representative for Council President Sean Rivera's office. A few updates. I had a meeting with DSD this morning about the Rolando Boulevard. Our dear, lovely friend, Buck Johnson. I think they are going to be taking some legal action, I believe. They couldn't disclose it, obviously, because of certain legalities and such, but I think that's the avenue they're thinking about taking. So stay tuned on that. I know it's been pretty painful. It's been almost half a year. So I know folks are getting weary and tired. I get it. It's frustrating in itself for me when talking to staff about this. So I always emphasize the importance of that. We did have a minor dredging session for Rolando Boulevard channel. That was done. So it looks great. It looks maintained. I think this is the first time in, I believe, 17 years that it's been maintained twice in 1 year, or it's been worked on twice in 1 year. So kudos to the community for flagging that and, working with our office and definitely the departments to get that handled. Obviously, the January 22nd floods are still in our minds, and as we go through the rainy season, we'll be definitely flagging other hotspot areas that are with debris and low-lying areas. Obviously, Village Green is on top of our minds, so we will be working on that as well. A couple other things. I reached out to Sandag today. I have not heard a response in terms of the start date for the Sandag Bikeway project, but we'll definitely communicate that to the public when it's readily available. I know a couple folks have emailed me about just street sweeping in the area, missed street sweeping, missed trash collection. So we've been taking care of that. And while I was gone, you might have interacted with our lovely interns who are awesome and held down the fort. So thank you to them. They actually helped distribute flyers for the vaccine clinic. So we can hopefully get more folks there. You'll definitely be seeing them a lot more in the community in terms of organizing events. I know some folks have some questions about the federal level and what that looks like next year and how does that impact local localities. And the one thing that I will mention is we're going to stay here. We're going to keep advocating, but also protect what we already have here and not let anything or anyone get in our way. And so we'll be brainstorming on what the community will want in the next couple of years. Obviously, it's going to change a lot, so we want to make sure we can accommodate folks accordingly. And then again, I want to reiterate, using Get It Done, please use it. It does work. I know people don't like using it, but that's our way, as I believe Fatima has mentioned it. We communicate to city staff. We need a Get It Done report number, unless it's a super extraordinary circumstance, we will go ahead and take care of it. One more thing. I know the fire, some folks reached out from the fire in Talmadge and in Talmadge area and college area. I know renewed some concerns about brush in Xena Canyon, and especially on the empty parcel in the corner of College and University that's kind of tucked away. We've been communicating with Jerry Flavin, pardon me if I could say her name wrong. I did get a response from Open Space Division that they will be looking into it, and I think they're going to abate it. They're just trying to figure out when that will take place. SDG&E and their lovely goats that will be helping us out with brush abatement. We're still waiting on a tentative schedule. The best thing that I can report out is they're going to have something by the middle to end of December. Again, they're working in collaboration with San Diego Fire Department to make sure we get, any areas that are near power lines and stuff like that taken care of. Again, I want to reiterate this. If there is a homeless encampment that is near any sort of brush, they're cooking fires, anything like that, please let me know. Still feel I'll get it done, but please send that to me ASAP. I will be more than happy to expedite it with the mayor's office. Unfortunately, that was the cause of the fire in Talmadge. But I want to keep in mind that earlier a couple weeks ago, another mini fire was in Alvarado Estates that actually was started by a power line that was swaying. So I just want to keep folks' open minds that yes, the encampment did cause the Talmadge fire. There are a lot of external factors that regardless, we need to make sure that we take care of and coordinate. So happy to take any questions. I know we're short on time here, but thank you.
Any questions?
We're not short on time.
I will say, yeah, not at all.
I would like to add to what Roberto's saying about the Talmadge fire. It's something that myself and other officers, firefighters, it's really important if you live on that canyon rim that you have that 100 feet of standoff. You really need it because when that vegetation grows, comes right up to your home or your yard, it's like basically a smooth transition for that fire to move right into your house. So talking to the engineer that was first on scene, as he's a friend of mine, actually, I worked with him for a number of years here, and I called him and wanted to get, the details as I was off work that day. And essentially, as soon as he got there, he's a great firefighter. He got there and he said, I need everything in the kitchen sink. He ordered fixed wing, rotary ring, strike teams. I mean, he just, as soon as he got there, he called it. And because he did that, air was on station within 10 minutes and combating the fire. If he wouldn't have done that and air would have been delayed by 5 or 8 minutes, he said they estimated they would have lost probably 40 structures.
Wow.
Because as soon as it made its way into the neighborhood, they would have had to move all the fire assets up into the neighborhood to do structural protection. And that would have left the fire to basically just burn in the canyon, only being suppressed by air.
Yeah.
So thank goodness we have great firefighters. They did a fantastic job and he made the right decision and he got the resources there immediately that he needed. He didn't, he sized it up very well and prevented the loss of multiple structures. So I can't stress it enough. If you know anybody, if you live on a canyon rim, please, I know it's expensive or I know, not everyone's able to do that work, but it's really important with the fires that we have here to make sure that, it's not if it's kind of wind kind of thing with how dry it is in Santa Ynez. It'll be the difference between you possibly losing or, keeping your structure, or your home. So yeah, please don't let that go by the sidelines, if you will, pay attention to that kind of stuff.
I see some hands up. Audrey?
Yeah, I have a question about the goats. Okay. How long are they going to be in the canyon? And how are they going to be kept safe from the coyotes that also live in the canyon?
Yeah, good question. Our lovely goats. I don't have any directive on that. So once SDG&E and fire department figure out the logistics of that, I don't want to assume anything, but from what my understanding is from, I believe at the Miramar Reservoir, there was a news report that they did a couple weeks ago. The park staff maintain it. They make sure that the goats don't run away. They put a fence, they put extra precautions But for Xena Canyon, right, it's a little different. So that will be an ongoing conversation that we have also flagged for San Diego Unified School District because the city doesn't own that land. So there's going to have to be extra parameters to take care of that. But once we do have more information on that, definitely happy to send a detailed description on how it will take place, when it will take place, and what to look out for. If a goat, please, hopefully it doesn't happen if a goat escapes. But yeah, we'll definitely inform you. Good question.
Okay,
Good
thank
question,
you.
though. Yeah.
Right, Fatima?
Yeah, I just wanted to add to fire safety and wanted to also flag for y'all that I know this is a little bit more centered towards the Kensington Talmadge folks and the Alvarado Estates folks, but they are hosting a fire safety council meeting this upcoming Thursday, November 21st at 6:30 p.m. It's going to be at Hoover High at their Performing Arts Center, and we're going to have San Diego Fire Rescue answering any questions about the Montezuma fire, and then also giving advice and tips on how to create defensible space and prepare your homes in case of a fire. I did see this presentation last week. They gave it at the San Diego County Fire Council or Fire Safety Council. It was a great presentation and it's super informative. So I highly, highly recommend if you're able to go, please attend. They give really great resources on what San Diego Fire Rescue is doing to help the residents prepare for fires because we know that that's something that happens in California and that we're prone to them. They're not always preventable. And so we want to make sure that we're preparing our homes and those vulnerable spaces in case of a fire. So it's a really great resource. I highly recommend you all go. If you want me, I could go ahead and also drop that information in the chat so you guys can share it out to folks who are interested in that.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you.
Okay. Any other questions? Here? Huh?
Yeah.
I do-
Renee, that's, it'll be on College Avenue from Livingston to College Grove.
And so I assume the question is, where's the cleanup?
Yeah.
There you go.
It's in the chat.
All right. Okay, I don't see any other questions. So everybody mark your calendars, December 7th for our holiday giving social. And then December 14th for our cleanup. Okay. And then from there, it'll be on to, I can't believe it's the end of 2024.
Yeah.
But on to the January. Okay, if there's nothing else, thank you, everybody, and meeting's adjourned.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, everybody online.
Thank
See you next
you.
month.
Thank you, everyone.
That was quick.
Well,
Okay.
you know, for the presentation.
Quick,
Yeah,
productive.
the trash collection people. will be back.
No. Okay. Well,
Thanks,
bye.
Willow.
Thank you, Willow.
Thank you so much.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Good night, everyone.
Congratulations.
Thank
Oh,
you.
thanks.
And I'm sorry, I didn't.
I know.
didn't-
This is Terry.
Terry.
Terry, yeah, nice to meet you. Good
Nice to meet
handshake.
you.
I like that.
Yeah, thank you.
I like that.
So yeah, my teacher back in the 8th
Yeah,
grade,
that's-
she
yeah,
made
that's
us
really good.
learn to
No, that's really
do a
good.
nice firm
Yeah,
handshake.
that's great.
Yeah, it's
You've
pretty
been working on
exciting.
that for a long time. haven't you?
Yeah, a couple of years.
Mhm.
Well, that's great, really. is.
Yes.
Those are hard to come by.
It's very hard to get a grant.
Yeah.
I was, first of all, I was sort of shocked that it was actually going to cost that much.
Where is the park? I don't-
It's right there at where you come in on
No,
College
7,
Road.
well, the
We call it a pop-up park.
cleanup is from 7 a.m. to 12 p.m.
Yeah.
And
You
usually
don't mean
it's
that
Right up,
evening.
yeah,
Turn right.
that
there.
little pocket,
That little,
And
the hole there, yeah.
yeah, that little.
we
oh,
usually,
Yeah.
yeah, I would say
Cool.
like the
Yeah, we're gonna get a
last,
monument
the
sign in there
Oh,
too.
that's
first
great.
hour we do.
We have some plans.
is
If
for-
you Take a look, because that's what people approve.
And this
Well,
next hour.
Thanks, Lynn.
Uh-huh, thank you, Terry.
Nice to
Thanks
meet
for
you,
coming.
Terry.
Hope we'll see you next time.
Yeah, you will.
Okay, good.
For
So
the
start the cleanup.
cleanup starts at 7 a.m.
So
Well, we're gonna
where-
start it from 7:30 to 9.
7:30 to 9. Okay,
Okay.
and that's when we would start.
And then we'll run the bulky
7:30
item,
to 9.
bulky item drop off from 9 to 10:30 for members and volunteers. And then we'll open it up after that to the two communities. But we have to give some perks to people who volunteer or become members too.
Exactly.
And we give them first priority at this bulky item drop off.
The bookie item starting at 9:30,
Yes.
9
What did I say?
9 a.m.
9 a.m.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I'm gonna put that one, and then I have the thing in front of that here, because that is the cleanup. The cleanup. And the cleanup, are you meeting at the church?